All right, boys, what is going on? Today, we are basically wrapping up this Seahawks LOB scheme. All that is left will be the playbooks. Now, the playbooks for this LOB defense will be dropping on, should be Wednesday, if not latest will be Thursday for this whole defensive scheme. I think this is an absolute banger, guys. I absolutely love this defense. I feel like I tried to give you guys as many options as I could. Blitzes, coverages. Now, up on the main YouTube channel today, I did drop the last video. It is a 3-play blitzing mini scheme out of nickel wide. That is basically gonna wrap it up. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, definitely go check that out. Then today we are giving you guys another coverage out of nickel wide. So nickel wide is kind of our main coverage we're gonna use, and then you're gonna mix in the 4-3 under. I really like as well. We've gone over run D, we've went over, red zone defense, 4-3, nickel, tried to give it to you guys all. Now on the main channel video, like I said, it was blitzing, more blitzes out of nickel wide. So we went over cover 2 invert, which is going to be a 6-man pressure, silver shoot pinch, which is going to be a 6-man pressure as well. And then we did go over cover 3 sky press, which I did go over near the start of the scheme on Scheme King. So I did kind of say in that video, it would probably be included in the YouTube as well, but it was like a month in between. So you guys had it for a month before everyone else, and that was the only play that had any crossover. So we still have all our crossman stuff in nickel wide as well, but I wanted to give you guys another coverage option. So that is where we're going to go back to our go back to our tried and true cover 4 quarters. So that's what we're going to be breaking down today. We can run this same cover 4 quarters like out of our Saban defense, but we can run it out of nickel wide. So basically how I would either do it, guys, is for your main coverage, either use the cover 3 crossman or use the cover 4 quarters. Kind of just pick one. You want to set that as your number 1 audible, either the cover 4 quarters or the cover 3. Then depending which one you pick, so here we're going to go with match coverage as our main. We want to turn on match coverage. If you play crossman, you want to leave your zone coverage on default, because then your flat defenders, if you're playing seam flats, won't match down the field. They will play drop zone. But here we want match coverage enabled, so we are going to turn match on. We're going to make sure cover 4 quarters is in our audibles. Then exact same thing, guys, as usual. We are going to come out in our cover 2 blitz. It is nickel 2 trap. So we're going to come out nickel 2 trap. We're going to make sure our quarters is our audibles. Our linebacker here is going to walk down. Then we are going to audible over to cover 4. We are going to get this look too high safety, but now what we can do, we can actually show blitz. This is going to give us that single high safety look. This is going to make it look identical to all our blitzes, our crossman, everything. So that is it. That is basically how you set up the quarters. Now it's going to look like our blitzes, look like everything else, but now we have match coverage on the back end with the safety down. Now I'm going to go over, we have gameplay footage obviously, but you can either use the down safety or the high safety. It's up to you. One quick tip that I will say, guys, with these press cover 4 players, I like to shade up now. So because everyone comes down on the line, our 2 outside corners, I like to shade up. This is going to help them turn and run with these streaks on the outside better. Then we're going to have curl flats on the field. If you do want to play hard flats, which if you watch a lot of my Nick Saban stuff, I like to play hard flats, and you can just manually put hard flats on the field. So show blitz, shade up, and then if you want hard flats, just manually put them on, and that is the whole setup. Then we also have a cover 4 blitz. Now I'm just going to show it how the setup here, and then we'll break it down on the gameplay. But for the blitz, you set up the exact same, except now we want to blitz the nickel corner. So the nickel corner in the slot here, we want to blitz him. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing up as a blitz, but now our nickel is blitzing. Then we want to take the 3 receiver hook right here, and we want to put him into a hard flat or a curl flat. So now he's going to replace the nickel on the edge. Then to replace the 3 rec in the middle of the field, we want to take the backside D end opposite of the nickel, and we want to put him in a 3 rec hook. So now the blitz is going to look like that. So we're going to have the nickel blitzing. We're going to have 3 D linemen, and we're going to have our opposite D end dropping out into a 3 rec hook. This is going to be a 4-man blitz that will come in. We'll see. This is going to be against the computer, so he might throw it before, but look at the blitz fired in completely free off the edge there. So we're going to break all that down obviously on the field, but that is the 2 setups, guys. So show blitz, then you shade up, and then you can just adjust your hard flats from there. And then we also have our blitz element as well. So after this video, like I said, said, last defensive playbook. Then we are moving on to offense. The next offensive scheme will be coming out next weekend. Really excited for this one. I've had this planned for like 2-3 months, so maybe even longer, honestly. So really excited for you guys to see this. It's really explosive, super fun, going to be super interesting to look at. So that is the plan going forward, guys. Rest of this video, then we have the playbooks coming on Wednesday. First video for the next scheme coming out next weekend. And one other thing, if you guys missed it, I did go over my top 5 abilities to use for either the LOB defense or our Bama defense, and I posted that on Scheme Kings like 2 days ago. So if you guys haven't checked that out as well, you can go check that out right now. Madden School on Scheme Kings, that is there as well. All right, so here it is. We're gonna start in our nickel 2 trap. Our linebacker is gonna be on the line, just like all of our blitzes, like our crossman. We're gonna show blitz. Now our safety is gonna walk down, and it's gonna be a single high look. We're gonna shade up so there's curl flats on the field. We can manually put them on, but now this is gonna give us another just great coverage option. Now, like I said, we can really use either of the high safeties, the one that walks down, and it is going to be the same rules as all of our other match coverage guys. So I've went over match coverage a ton in my Nick Saban defense. All of the rules are going to be the exact same for this cover 4 quarters. So if you want to know the rules for cover 4, you can send me a message. I can send you the video, or just go to the Nick Saban defense on YouTube or on Scheme Kings, and you can watch it all there and learn how it works exactly. So we're going to use the high safety here. We're going to have a play action. We have a double here. Then I see this player coming across the field. So as a safety, that's going to be my responsibility. I close in on that. We wipe it out. Absolutely nothing there. Okay, single high once again. This is like a tight look here. It's going to play action. Same thing, deep crosser. But now he tries to throw the streak. So as the user, I react. He tries to high point the ball. We come over, knock it away. So this cover 4 quarters, guys, the whole idea is this. They don't know if we're playing crossman. They don't know if we're playing quarters. They don't know if we're blitzing. We have so many different blitzes we can run out of nickel wide. I think we have like 6 that we can use. So it is just going to make it super difficult for him to ever know what we are in and how he should attack us. So right here, we're high safety. We see this player going across the field. Really nothing open. 4-man rush. He tries to throw this streak in right here, and our corner undercuts it. We see deep out KO activates there. We get the knockout. So once again, guys, especially with them not knowing what we are in, this is going to make it super tough. We're high safety here. Boom. We jump over to this streak. Literally nothing open. Look at this. Just totally locked in the middle of the field, taken away. 4-man rush. Our D tackle starting to break through. He tries to test our user, and we just step in front, make the play, and we are going the other way with the football. Okay, tight once again right here. Boom. So this is one of the most common plays in tight. This is with that inside streak route, corner route here, crosser, and then this outside receiver is running the out and in. So it's boom, he goes post corner. We have the crosser here. We have the corner route here, and then the inside slot runs this inside seam route. This is one of the most common plays, and quarters absolutely bags it. Basically, this guy will just ride this player. This player will match here. Crosser is going to go right to this flat, and this player is going to match. And as a user, I usually like to double this route because they always try to throw it. So he just tries to throw it up, double coverage. We come down with it, and we are going the other way with the ball one more time. Okay, guys, actually, one other thing I wanted to include here, I actually forgot, is over the course of the season, I tracked the stats for all the blitzes, and I went over how many sacks we got, interceptions, everything like that. So we also tracked for this scheme the cover 4 quarters, because this was with the blitzes. This was the main coverage I used. So we also tracked these stats. So I forgot. I wanted to bring these up in the video. So just gonna quickly read off the stats. I'll probably throw something up on the screen as well. They passed the ball 29 times on this cover 4 quarters. They only completed 10 balls for only 154 yards. So unreal, like 30% completion percentage, averaging like 5 yards per play. We had 4 sacks. Obviously, we're rushing 4, so they're coverage sacks. We had 11 interceptions, so we were picking the ball off a ton. So 11 interceptions in 10 games with this defense, and only had 1 passing touchdowns against over those 10 games. So this defense was completely locked down. 10 of 29 for 154 yards, basically nothing. 11 interceptions and 1 touchdown pass. That's like a 30 passer rating. We absolutely dominated with this defense. I want to do that a little more, guys. guys on the Scheme Kings as well. Give you guys just when I track stats, I want to, if I'm also tracking for the Scheme Kings plays, I want to give you guys those as well. All right, here it is again, another tight look. We're playing the single high safety, so we're going to this side. He tries the corner route here, nothing open. Maybe could have checked it down for 5 yards here, but he tries to throw it up the seam there. Sauce Gardner steps in front for another interception. We were absolutely ball hawking with this defense, guys, getting so many picks. Okay, so here, a lot of the times if it's 2x2, I will usually use the high safety, but if it's ever 3x1, so a 31 set, so 3 right here, only 1 here. Now I'm going to use the backside safety on the trips, on the solo side, away from the trip side. And now he's basically going to have a ton more freedom. We're basically just looking for crossers coming the other way, or if 3 goes vertical. So we see a crosser from 3. We're just going to take that. This crosser is going to go right into our safety. And then we have a one-on-one here. He tries to test Surtain deep. Surtain high points it, and we have another interception. They were trying Surtain so many times over the seasons I played, and he was just unbelievable for me. Right here, once again, tries a corner route against this look. With my user, I just step in front and we're going the other way. So this is going to be very similar, obviously, to cover 4 quarters in the Saban defense, but now the big difference is obviously we're going to be running it out of single high. Now, the other thing I wanted to quickly go over, guys, is the run defense. If they are running the ball on you, but they're, you want to stay in nickel, they're only mixing in the run, but they're decent with it, this cover 4 quarters is a great option. Usually I'll use the high safety, but because our safety and our nickel are down, because we're in super wide splits in our nickel, it is almost impossible for them to get outside. So he tries a stretch here. DN fires upfield. This safety fires through the gap. We hit him in the backfield. He gets back to the 1 yard line. So this defense, super difficult to run outside. Let's see right here. So right here, because safety comes down in the box, nickel's down. The outside DNs are in these wide stances. So it's almost, look at this guy fire upfield. Then the safety comes in and fills. So it's going to be impossible to get outside. The safety is going to come down, fill hard in the run. He has ability activated here, and we still stop him for like 1 to 2 yards. Same thing right here. Safety, nickel down, DN super wide out. I'm going to use the high player here. DN fires upfield, makes him bounce this. Nickel fires down. I'm coming over the top with my user to clean up. So really good run D, especially if they're trying to, hit the edges. Not the best run D if they're, I form continually running the ball. We have better run defenses for those specific plays, but if they're just mixing it in, but they're staying 40% run, this is a very solid run option as well. Okay, now we're going to be getting into the cover 4 quarters blitz element. Now I showed you guys the setup. I showed you guys the main setup on the practice field in practice mode, but quickly we'll go over it again. So what it's going to be, you can show blitz once again, you can shade over the top just like the quarters, but the blitz element, what it is, blitz the nickel right here. Then we want to take the linebacker who's walked down, put him in a hard flat or a cloud flat. So now he's going to replace the nickel's responsibility. Then we take the D end opposite of the nickel, and we want to bluff blitz him. That'll put him in a 3 rec. He's going to drop out over the middle of the field. So blitz nickel, drop linebacker out, drop D end. So we're basically kind of just rotating. So now instead of the D end rushing, we're rushing the nickel, and instead of the nickel playing flats, we're flatting the linebacker. And then instead of the linebacker playing the 3 rec, now the defense end is dropping out. And this is amazing because now we're still only rushing 4. Our cover 4 quarters is totally viable. Everything is basically playing the same way, except now we're bringing a 4-man pressure that can get home. So watch the nickel here. Boom. But D end is going to jump outside, take the tackle, and the nickel is just going to fire around the corner, get in the backfield, wrap him up, totally locked down everywhere. We still have our normal quarters in, and he is going down. So if they're sending everybody out on routes to beat our coverage, now this blitz is going to be awesome right here. Nickel firing off the edge here. Boom. Okay, so this is the other thing that can happen. Sometimes the tackle will kick out and he'll see the nickel, but then he'll let the D end loop around to the outside. Boom, hit him in the backfield. So as long as they send everyone out on routes, one of the D end or nickel is going to fire in at the QB. Boom. As as he throws the ball, there is nothing open. This guy looks like he's probably going to come open late, but by then he is already down in the dirt. Here it is again. We're coming off the left side here. Boom. So here they even block their running back, but the running back is scanning right first. So scanning right, he doesn't locate the nickel in time. We flush him out of the pocket. Nothing is open. He has to try to throw on the run, so it is incomplete. Then right here, same thing. Nickel firing off the edge. Let's just watch it in full time here one more time. So nickel firing off the edge. Boom. Just no shot right there in the backfield. Totally locked down. Nowhere to go on the back end. And that is how good that blitz is. Then obviously just coverage wise, it's still a normal cover 4 quarters. So we're going to have the pressure off the edge. He's feeling the pressure. He tries to go in here. Everyone else is matched. This crosser is kind of open, but then Surtain peels off, breaks it up, incomplete. Here it is again. I'm using the high safety here. Nickel firing off the edge. Okay, so I wanted to show you this one because this replaces. So now he's blitzing. So our linebacker has to fire out to the flats. They try to throw this quick out route. The linebacker steps in front and we are going the other way for a pick 6. He replaces that hard flat and makes a huge play. Then one more clip I have here, right here. User the high safety. Man this guy up down the field. Blitz gets stonewalled. He tries to throw it in. As the user, we step in front. So coverage wise, it's the exact same basically as the normal cover 4 quarters, but now we have the blitz element also. So that is going to be it, guys. That wraps up our LOB defense. We got multiple coverages, cover 4 quarters, cross man as our 2 main coverages we want to use, whether it's 4-3 or nickel. We have run defenses. We have red zone defenses. We have a ton of blitzes, all based out of single high. Try to stay true to the LOB single high routes while still making it really as viable as possible in Madden. So that is going to wrap it up, guys. Like I said, playbooks for the Seahawks LOB defense dropping Wednesday, if not then Thursday. Then next weekend, we are starting a brand new offense. You can see by the jerseys I've been starting to wear in these gameplays right there. If you look, that might give you a little hint on what the next offensive scheme is. That's all I'm going to say. If you're in Discord, you probably already know, but if not, there you go. So that is it, guys. King Reggie out.